because it'll get much louder than that, so if you keep it a little, yeah, that's good. That's perfect. It's the Thursday before Christmas. I trudge through the snow back to my place on Riverside. Shopping bags stuffed like sausages. Get into the elevator with that charming Vaclav who lives on my floor. Maybe I'll do this. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. That charming Vaclav lives on my floor. Charcoal Armani suit, white opera scarf, piercing blue eyes. He asks politely the pleasure of my company to his holiday party, an authentic dinner at 7 tomorrow evening. He offers a hand with my packages before going our separate ways. So I bring a silver-wrapped bottle of Pinot Noir, show up at about 8. As he opens the door to Vaclav's world, already there's a buzz of warm conversation, layered atop cool jazz emanating from down a long hallway, bright with abstract prints and rich tapestries. The walls are painted deep orange-red, the color of authentic paprika. I follow my nose to the kitchen where there's a simmering Paprikash on the stove. It's veal stew spiced with Hungarian pepper, sweet and hot. Their garlands festooning the room, dried, deep red, spicy. It's the real deal. I move to the living room with a magnificent view of the snowy, stately Hudson River. Guests are animated, they are well-heeled, they are cosmopolitan, they are slightly inebriated. Amidst the din of West Side Manhattan chatter, I hear clipped German softened by a Swiss accent. I hear rolling Spanish R's and rapid-fire vowels of emphasis. I hear sentences unidentifiable tongues seeming to lack vowels altogether. But the music is heady and wholly American. Miles and Coltrane, Dexter and Billy. Someone hands me a tiny etched glass of chilled vodka. With each icy swallow, I'm carried on a phrase of muted trumpet, of velvety sex. Then Milos, a bear of a man, grabs my paw and says, "Dance with me, madam. You are so beautiful." So we find a dance groove inside the jazz riffs. He's already peeled off his suit jacket like a banana, linen shirt rumpled, smiling with sweat. He left Prague in '68, speaks 5 languages, designs interiors for international banks. Tells me under Soviet thumb he couldn't listen to Miles. Couldn't listen to Train, but what a country this is, eh? King Menelaus' black curls crown his bare head, and he's some kind of Slavic Paul Bunyan. I meet Valentina and Benicio from the Banco Popular. Newly married, they smile from the love seat. She's Chilean, full-figured, statuesque, blood-red manicured. He's Mexican, slight, agile, fine-featured. In lilting Swiss German, the reserved bank Swiss couple greets the Rappaports from East 65th Street. Mrs. Rappaport already swaying her third Manhattan. The Jaspers and Petersons sip martinis, talk stocks, nosh devilishly good Russian eggs topped with caviar. Think it must be a premium brand. Daria and Ivana, Eastern European eye candy, eagerly watch the door for the promised eligible young bankers. From a 4-inch heel attitude, they daintily sample head cheese, sliced butterfly wing thin, served on elegant, transparent plates. I work up the nerve to try calves' brains and black butter and finish only the capers. But the 5-star dish is the hearty veal paprikash, that oh so savory yet richly sour creamy pink stew that warms everyone to lip-smacking satisfaction, causing a lull in the conversation. Daria says, Here, people don't have to line up for bread, so why do they complain so much? Why doesn't everybody vote when you can do so easily right next door to the market and no machine guns? Milo says working under Soviet state was creative death, so he made a career of drinking vodka and making sweet love to beautiful women. He laughs defiantly, then flees the room. The energy shifts, and Milo's in the bedroom. Guest coats forming a yurt on the futon. He comes out wearing Mrs. Rappaport's fur-trimmed pillbox hat, dwarfed ridiculously on his massive head, and then, in time with Miles' trumpet solo, he bellows, "Everybody get naked!" But he doesn't say naked exactly, he says naked, like in half-baked. And everybody cracks up, lets down their guard, and Mr. Peterson, the Swiss banker, and all the suits break into a smile. The wives look to their husbands for permission. The Czech girls put on disco, kick off their improbable heels, forget their rich no-show would-be dates, flank Milo, and put on a show. They heat up the room with pumping legs, twirling torsos, and manic mayhem. The living room is now a burlesque sauna. Vaclav throws open the windows. A westerly wind blows in that Hudson smell, that river vitality, and we suck it in like ambrosia. It has stopped snowing. I noticed the lights down in Riverside Park, lights from barges, lights from across the river in Fort Lee. The George Washington Bridge is a twinkle upriver. We're a twinkle here uptown. Vaclav brings out homemade slivovitz. Its stinging plum sweetness paralyzes my throat. I'm speechless. I'm burning hot. I'm in 3D. The room is reeling. And 3 Mr. Petersons wear pillbox hats, gaping at 3 Ivanas doing the dance of the 3 times 7 veils. The willowy Mrs. Rappaport bends in half as she and Vaclav meld crazily, dancing cheek to cheek. The Swiss banker loosens his tie and admires Mrs. Jasper's pendant watch nestled in her generous designer décolletage. The music swells to a hot pepper crescendo. The horns echo with rich, savory harmonies. The drums and bass pounding, persistent. It makes the empty tureen of Paprikash crash. What was once the Russian egg platter, clatter. Death by chocolate cake, unfloured, devoured. Every liter of vodka, deciliter of slivovitz is down the hatch. I turn to Benicio beside me, speak to him in Spanglish. He answers me, and soon I hear no English. Soon I hear no vowels. Soon I hear no words, only the thumping bass lodged in my own sternum. And where is Milo? And where Valentina? They've been at it for a half hour or so. Valentina, a lioness. Milo, a bear. Shape-shifting in the elemental comfort of Mrs. Rappaport's full-length mink coat lining their conjugal yurt. Milo's inventive span-check murmured into Valentina's ear. Vaclav kills the disco and puts on Miles' muted Kinda Blue. We all hear the insistent shrill ring of Milo's wife calling him from a Hoboken Christmas tree-lit living room. Baby, feverish, wants Daddy to come home from work now. Vaclav nods to me. So I enter the bedroom, see the entwined forms, the room reeking of prowess. But Valentina has just hit her stride. She wants more. She will not tolerate an interruption at this pivotal juncture. She hasn't had this kind of action since Santiago. She growls at Milo, curses at him as he gets up. He knows only formal Spanish, doesn't recognize her words, her need, her pain. Milo can't explain, can't say he married a Jersey girl to get a green card, have American children. Hair slicked with sweat, he is suddenly smaller, suddenly sober. He hastily dresses, gazes morosely out the window, across the river to home. One last look at the roaring lioness, and he's out the door into the December air and feels the warm trickle of blood where she has clawed raw his back. He can taste her hot peppers all the way over the river, all the way home to his gulag. I grab a towel, wipe her down like a racehorse after the Derby. I spot clean Mrs. Rappaport's mink coat, somewhat sullied. Valentina pants, shudders, sobs. I pat her flushed cheek. She strokes my bare arm, speaks to me longingly in Spanish, but I already know. She married Benicio because he was lonely and she was lonely for a home. I help her into her dress, tame her steamy, tangled mane. We emerge to the lingering, peppery aroma of Paprikash, and Ella is singing, the lamp is low, candles are burning. Vaclav warms cognac in the brandy snifter. Valentina, again, sits demurely next to Benicio on the love seat and smiles our collective afterglow.